What a match! What a match! What are your views?
Oh man, that was an insane match. Like it was dream football by two teams who've just come to win, and it's just no defending, no tactics. It's just attacking football from start to end, and it was just plain entertainment, man. Plain entertainment from two teams with massive quality on either side, and possibly the best player in the world showing off his skills. It was just amazing to watch, and it was a great game. I'm glad PSG came away with the win because you're going to be absolutely buzzing, and we're going to see the full energetic you.
What's up, guys? On that note, this is Abhimanyu Basu, and I have Tridib with me, and you're listening to the Sons of Pitches podcast. And yes, Tridib, bro, I don't know if I can use this word, but what I told y'all on the group chat is that this match is orgasmic. The football that was played last night, right? The football that was played last night was any football fan's wet dream, right? The ball was going everywhere. Every single player on the pitch was giving it his all, no matter which team he was from. And they were just pulling off these skills, they were pulling off these stunts, they were pulling off these moves that are just, it makes a football fan happy, though. It is a thoroughly entertaining match, especially for a PSG or a Bayern fan. And for a neutral, it's like, it's like heaven. Once in a while, these games come on, right? Those orgasmic football games for a neutral, right? And I wish I was a neutral, but bro, I have my stakes on PSG, and what a match it was.
Ah, damn! Thanks for painting a very vivid picture of your wet dreams. I'm sure our listeners are gonna appreciate that. But no, you're right. The game was crazy from start to end. I still have no idea how it finished just 1-0. There should have been at least like three goals apiece for each side, but the finishing was a little subpar. It could have been better. Decision making in the final third could have been better, but the build up and just the pressing and the sheer intensity of the game it was crazy, man. So I'm excited to dig right in. Let's get started and sort of discuss some of the tactics and stuff that went into it, and we can go from there. That's I think a good place to start would be the starting lineups and the way PSG and Bayern set up. What
Well, Chidip, we haven't had many notable changes in either side, right? But there are a few. Bayern couldn't play Leon Goretzka. Bayern could not play Sula because, of course, they were injured, right? And we couldn't play Marquinhos because he was injured. So that was a big blow. I was very anxious before the match because I knew Marquinhos was going to sit in the stands, right? Even if he was in the squad, even if he was sitting on the bench, I'd be a little happier than I was, but it is what it is. Anyway, so we played in 11 with Keylor Navas between the sticks. We had Dagba on right back. We had Kimpembe and Diallo filling in defense. We had Danilo Pereira filling in center back along with Kimpembe. In midfield, we had players like Leon Paredes. We had players like Idrissa Ganage, right? People who really know their way with the ball. People who really aren't afraid of giving their body, right? People who aren't afraid of going into tackles. People who aren't afraid of taking people on, right? Which was a really good thing at the end of the day. Up ahead, we had Julian Draxler, we had Kylian Mbappe, we had Neymar, and later on we had Moise Kean, right? So it was a fairly similar 11 that we saw today, last night. Well, as the first leg. Sorry, my bad. So it wasn't, there weren't many changes, and I'm really happy with the mentality. Remember, I was telling you, right, that if we have a stable mentality, if we can carry on this mentality, if we can sustain it, then we would come up superior at the end of the night. And that's what's happened. They could stick to the mentality, they knew exactly what to do. Poch had some nice tactics, Poch had some nice, I'm sure they got some nice speeches from Poch. So, well, yeah, he's always up for motivating the troops, right? And the troops were motivated. Trust me on that, right? It was a great night.
Damn, yeah, definitely. That was it looked like a very motivated performance. The players looked like they were up for it. And credit to Poch, man. Like he set his team up well. One thing that worried me from the first leg and I thought would become a crucial factor in determining how the second leg panned out was how you'd play out of that Bayern press, right? So Bayern, they press like crazy. They have an insanely high line, and I mean their high line is almost at the halfway line. So it that sort of gives you an idea of how aggressively they press. And so what was a problem for PSG in the first leg, I thought, was that they couldn't effectively play out of that press and effectively exploit that Bayern high line frequently enough, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And a large part of that was down to the fact that they didn't have someone like Leandro Paredes, who's a ball playing midfielder, in there with Idrissa Gana game. And so the absence of two ball midfielders in the middle of the park when you're trying to defend maybe the best pressing team in the world is tough to say the least. And so I was interested to see how that would sort of play out in the second leg when someone like Paredes would be back and you'd have a more effective means of playing out of the press. And while it was better, it was definitely a lot better, which led to you generating a lot more chances on the counter rather than just the three or four you had last game. You definitely had more chances. It wasn't like, I don't think you exploited it as well as you could have, right? Just because I think someone like Neymar, for example, he sort of gave the ball away a few times while playing out of the press just because he wanted to dribble, even when there was a pass available. So just small things like that were a problem here and there, but overall, I feel like you did a good job in sort of playing out of that press and exploiting it as best as you could. What did you think about that? What did you think about the Bayern press last game, and how do you think that changed from the first leg?
I do agree. They were pressing really, really high, right? I am pretty sure there was one moment in the game where Kylian Mbappe was adjudged offside right beside the center line. And that doesn't happen unless you have a very high back line. Okay, I agree. Those are some tactics. Bayern were, as I said, Bayern were on all-out attack, right? We've all played FIFA. We know what all-out attack is. So Bayern were at all-out attack. They were just looking for chances. They were looking to capitalize. They were looking to convert. They were looking to get the ball high up the pitch. They were looking to score those goals. But the thing was that we were too, and we have players like Kylian Mbappe and Neymar. And I don't know how this high backline against people like Kylian Mbappe is a good idea because he's blazing fast, right? He's blazing fast. I mean, you play him a ball and he'll get to it. Like almost, it's literally like that. Play him a ball anywhere on the field, he'll get to it. So I don't know how sound it is as a tactic, but you know what? It kind of worked because we clearly did not get behind the backline a lot. We clearly couldn't convert. We clearly couldn't get worthwhile chances on the goal, So kudos to that. But you know what? I think it wasn't a part of our tactics, right? I don't think we were trying to capitalize on that high backline. I think we ourselves were trying to, stay back in our halves, play out of our halves, and then counter. That's what we were trying to do, right? But well, a person would say a high backline and a counter would go hand in hand, but it clearly didn't happen on the night. And it is one of my pet peeves, about that game. It's one of the things that did annoy me a bit, but what's important is that we did come out at the end of it victorious, and that is be all and end all. And it doesn't matter what pet peeves I have because the lads are true to the semis.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I would argue that you, to some degree, did get out of it fairly lucky because they had. Okay, I mean, obviously, you had your share of chances, and your share of chances were probably a lot better than theirs. But yeah, I feel like they didn't convert as well as they could have. And I think one more goal for them was definitely in the pipeline. It's just that they failed to convert, and that was yeah. I'm sure that annoyed a lot of Bayern fans worldwide. But I think what sort of came out clutch in this game is the performance of the fullbacks against the likes of Leroy Sane and Kingsley Coman. They did all that well, to be fair. I think Sane and Coman, they played pretty well. They went past their opposing side back. Like they weren't there like a couple of times. But I just think that their decision making in the final third wasn't great. Leroy Sané had three chances where he could have just passed and it would have been an open goal, but he chose to go for glory. And I think you have to thank Leroy Sané a lot for your place in the semis, just because he was that selfish. I remember there was this chance where Muller was running through and he didn't play that. There was a chance where he decided to play like a cross shot instead of pulling it back for Musiala, I think. There were a few quirky decisions that he made. Koeman not so much, but he was the same as well. And their decision making really hurt them, and they missed Lewandowski. Lewandowski is their talisman. He leads their attack, and they definitely missed Lewandowski a lot. And so that definitely didn't help their chances of sort of turning this tie around.
Well, bro, I do agree that they did miss Lewandowski because, bro, they were just not converting. They were just not converting by the end of it. And it did hurt them. They did manage to score one goal, but it is what it is. But I completely disagree by the way you said that Sane and Coman were getting past the fullbacks. Now, I may have a bias, but bro, Dagba and Diallo, they're both junior French players. I don't think they play international football yet. They're still getting there. Bro, for their level. And I'm not saying that that is the level of this fixture. I'm not saying that's the level of the bout, right? For their level, they played exceptionally well. Dagba did not want anybody else on the pitch with the ball. He was clearly just going for the ball every single time. And Diallo put in a shift, bro. Diallo was doing whatever he could to, save those crosses. And sometimes they did go in, but thank God we have Danilo Pereira and Kimpembe in defense because, they thwarted the attacks. But I do think that Dagba and Diallo did whatever they could. And quite a few times they did come out on top. That's what I'd say. Because I remember there was this specific moment where Dagba just won the ball out of nowhere. There was no chance for him to win the ball. Sane running with the ball. And Dagba wins the ball, right? And we are in our corner. Okay, we are in the corner of our own half and we don't know what to do. Right now, I would clear the ball. Right, next thing you know, Leon Paredes is in, Danilo Pereira is in. We have three men over there. My men played the ball out. I remember specifically, I remember the commentator saying that these boys are just hell-bent on playing the ball out. And literally, as soon as he said that, they did. Leon Paredes played it to Neymar, who came back. Neymar played it back, and we got out of that situation beautifully, right? I remember even texting on the group that, bro, this football is something else, because that was really, really something else. So I do agree that Dagba and Diallo have, like, they played their best, mind you, but well, they aren't quite at that world class, ultimate level yet. But Paredes and Neymar, bro, everybody in the team came back. They helped them out. They made sure we have the ball. They played the ball out, which is the important part. I think we were way less, what will I say, anxious about the game. We were way less on our nerves. We were calm, cool, collected. We knew what to do. We knew how to do it. We knew that I have to play the ball out from here. Because if I cleared the ball, Bayern get possession again. Bayern come up on another attack. So I have to play the ball to my own guy. I have to play the ball to a Kylian Mbappe or to a Neymar or to a Julian Draxler or to a Angel Di Maria. So they knew what was coming. They knew exactly what to do, and I'm really, really impressed with that football, bro. The ball playing of our of the back third of our half, that was really, really, really good. Well, but the Bayern team is a world-class team, right? But their striker, Choupo-Moting, I do not think that Choupo-Moting is on the same level as the rest of the team. But it is what it is. He used to be our player, so it doesn't really help to badmouth him. So yeah, that is what it is, bro.
Yeah. I would argue that they were on the floor for a large part of the time because Leroy Sané left them on the floor. But yeah. I think they did try their best. I just think that Leroy Sané, especially Leroy Sané's decision making could have been a whole lot better, and that would have changed the game for Bayern. But I wanna sort of shift the focus and go towards the top end of the field. We can't discuss this match without discussing Neymar and Mbappe. I thought both of them were spectacular.
Bro.
I thought
You know what? You know what? Let's put Neymar and Mbappe on hold for right now. Let's talk about Idrissa Gana Gueye and Leon Paredes, bro. But what a shift! What a shift, bro. These two midfielders, bro. I'll tell you what, okay? And this is a very, very controversial thing. Neymar won the man of the match. He won the MVP, right? But this guy, Leon Paredes, remembered the name because I personally think he single-handedly won us the match. What a lad! What a performance, bro. We thoroughly missed him in the first leg. We really, really did, right? We didn't have a ball-playing midfielder. We didn't know where to go with the ball. The balls were just being played blindly to Neymar, to Mbappe, to a Draxler, to a Di Maria sometimes, but they were just being played to a Neymar, to an Mbappe. Some of those balls did get through. We did score those goals, but that does not mean we did not miss these two. This single lad. What a shift, man! What a shift by Gana Gueye. What a shift by by Leon Paredes. And can I just say, Everton, what are you doing, man? You have talents like Moise Keane. You have talents like Idrissa Gana Gueye, who you shift very, very, very conveniently shipped off to my team. And I cannot thank you more than this because these two players are mind blowing, bro. Ghana was just going up, coming back, winning the ball, going up, coming back, winning the ball, going up, coming back, just like a CDM should. He's the best example in that I've seen right now of a destroyer. I'm not watching Arturo Vidal or Nainggolan play right now, so I do not have any opinion of their football. But what a destroyer! That pair between Idrissa Gueye and Leon Paredes, Idrissa Gueye the destroyer, getting the balls, passing it to Paredes, Paredes the playmaker, passing those balls up, getting those beautiful balls in. And the thing is, Paredes is a big lad himself, a big strong lad. He was getting those. So he is a center mid, right? He is supposed to be a ball playing midfielder. But what a guy! His strength, he can just overpower anybody, right? He's almost like Ganage. I'd agree Ganage is stronger. He's more of a threat on a physical level, but Leon Paredes has his own skills too. So these two lads, what a game, bro. What a game. I think I would solely attribute this game to these two lads. If it wasn't for them, I think Bayern would score more for sure. At least that's my personal opinion. What do you think about these two guys? Did you see the shift that they put in, bro?
Yeah. The shift they put in was good. Ghana Gay was obviously, like you put it, he's a destroyer. So he plays like the Casemiro role, but not as well. But
Yeah.
no,
You would
man.
like to think he doesn't play it as well. Anyway, continuing.
But his work rate is amazing. His decision making, his tackling was very good yesterday. I haven't seen a lot of him, but I'm very impressed from whatever little I did see of him. I think that Leon Paredes, you guys missed him. You guys missed him or Berati in the first leg.
Yeah,
You missed a ball
agreed,
playing
agreed,
midfielder in
agreed,
general. And
agreed.
and so Leon Paredes definitely helped you in that regard in this leg. And his work rate as well was crucial in helping you play out of that Bayern press. Without those two, I think Bayern press you like crazy, win the ball up high. I think they go on to score another couple of goals, right? Without them,
Exactly,
and I
right?
think that yeah, you do have a lot. Yeah, definitely. They played very well. They shut out the likes of Muller and even Alaba to some extent because he was
Exactly.
really
Yeah,
sort of venturing forward. Yeah, so I think they really shut them out effectively. I felt like Bayern's outlet was more through the wings, but again, like I said, their decision making wasn't great because the center was shut out. But yeah, the wingers could have done better. But I've already said that. Let's move to the
well.
Mbappe
Don't you
Neymar
think
factor
that's
now, man.
yeah. One sec. Don't you think that playing down the wings would be the most obvious way to play for Bayern? Because they don't have a Lewandowski, right? The only players in the middle are they don't have a Thiago, right? That is a very, very important part of it. They don't have a Lewandowski, they don't have a Thiago, and I really, really think they are missing out on an Arturo Vidal. They need a destroyer for themselves. So they clearly do not have the talent that they used to have down the center. And where have they increased their talent? They've got in a Leroy Sané, right? Alfonso Davies has been tearing stuff up. So of course, I think the logical outlook of it would be to go through the wings, and that's what they did. That's what they did. But the problem was that Thomas Muller cannot run with the ball. I don't think he can run with the ball as efficiently as a Thiago or a Lewandowski, right? They know what they're doing. They know what they have to do. I have a feeling Thomas Muller is constantly just looking for those goals or looking for those passes, and he tends to get a bit overwhelmed by it, And let the less we talk about Choupo-Moting, the better. I'm not even going to get into that. So that's probably why they were playing down the wings.
Well, yeah, I think Choupo-Moting was a big factor. I think he's definitely not up to the required level, especially in this standard of the game. I think the wingers were having a lot of success down the wings. I think there were a few times where Leroy Sané was running and then he just cut back and then he left. I think was it Diallo on the floor, and he just did that a couple of times. But again, his decision making in those situations could have been so much better. And I don't think if Lewandowski was there, the decision making would have been different. I think he would have probably done the same thing.
You know what? I think
What?
Lewandowski would have converted those, man. I think.
No, but my point is that the wingers didn't even give the forwards in the middle a chance to sort of contest the balls, right? I think they were very selfish. I think on an individual level, they had good games on an individual level, but they didn't work well for the team. On a lot of times, they just went looking for glory, so they just took shots in situations where they should have passed, and that hurt Bayern a lot because it it meant that their other outlets of attacking play were shut out. Their only outlet were the wings. Where let's granted they had a lot of success, but other than the wings, they didn't have a lot of success elsewhere.
Agreed,
And
agreed.
and so if your decision making is not good down the only outlet, you are probably not going to score too many. And that's what happened. Their conversion rate was also not great. So yeah, it's too bad for them.
Yeah, but let's get into Neymar and Mbappe now, because I know that you've been trying to do that for a long, long time, right? And who wouldn't? I don't blame you, bro. Because when you see two aliens, two people who don't belong on this world, yeah, you'd want to talk about them. I do agree. So let's talk about Neymar and Mbappe. Let's do this.
Yeah. Well, those two were crazy in this game. Every time they got the ball, they just went past at least two people within a blink of an eye, and the Bayern players just they didn't have an answer for it, right?
With
So the likes of
ease.
Neymar, he just dropped between the lines, between the midfield and the defense in that hole, and then he was just and Mbappe was in and he was just feeding them. There was this one instance in the first half where Mbappe was played in, and the linesman. This is really strange to see today with VAR. The linesman just raised his
Exactly,
flag, and
exactly,
the referee blew
exactly.
the whistle, and he wasn't offside,
He
right?
wasn't
He wasn't
offside, bro.
offside.
Kimmich played him
Yeah,
onside. Kimmich played him onside.
yeah. No, Pavard played him onside,
Oh, sorry.
and
Yeah. Pavard played him onside. Yeah.
Pavard played him onside, and that's so strange to see today because the linesmen can just easily not lift their flag and not stop the game and just let the game run its course and then put the flag up, which is what they generally do. But he
No,
he
that's a new
decided to
rule,
do it that one time.
That's a
What?
new rule. You can't raise a flag till the move finishes.
Yeah, that is the new rule. And then he sort of messed it up, and Mbappe was clean through. Anyway, controversies aside, let's sort
My
of get
man
down
was
to it.
smiling. My man was smiling as if he's right, dude. I felt like, dude, that ref, if I was on the field, that ref wouldn't have been smiling. That's all I'll say. But,
Okay.
bro, what a shift, man. The whole, I still agree. I still am telling right now that the whole team put in a shift, bro. Starting from Keylor Navas to Mbappe, all at the end, right? Everybody put in a shift. And Neymar and Mbappe, God, God, bro. They say the best defense is a good attack, right? And that's what we saw right here. We didn't score a single goal. We didn't. But what an attack, dude. What an attack. Just because we had the ball in their half for so long, that's probably why they couldn't score, right? They did get some chances. They couldn't finish, but I think they'd get way more chances if Neymar and Mbappe didn't put in the shift that they did. But to be fair to them, they always do. I've always seen Neymar and Mbappe give the most for the team, and I'm happy to see that today it wasn't just them. But yeah, they're used to it. This is another day at the office for them, dude. It's nothing. I don't think it's a very, very, very big deal for them. They're just happy to, be there, bro. They're just happy to help out the team. And that's what I
Yeah,
respect from them, bro.
yeah. It's nice to see that people have, to some extent at least, moved on from Neymar's controversial, from like the stuff that he does, like the diving and things like that. I don't think I think there's some truth to it, but I think people sort of take it out of context and judge character instead of the player that he is, which
Exactly.
is very annoying because he is an absolute banger of a player, and I think
Bro,
he
yeah.
showed that to everyone yesterday. He was immense, man. He was the best player on the field. He's the
Bro,
best
not
player
just
in the world for
yesterday.
me right now, and
I swear, for
and
me too, bro. For me too. These two, Neymar
yeah,
and Mbappe, are top two for me.
yeah.
They're
I
top
I
two for me.
think I think so. Yeah. Those two are immense, and the chemistry they have between them is also very,
Is
very
also,
good. It's very fine
talking
tuned as
about
well.
chemistry. Talking about chemistry, did you see that one ball to Neymar that Mbappe played? Bro, I wouldn't know that Neymar is coming, bro. I wouldn't know.
Oh, the
I don't
cutback,
think you would either. Yeah, the
the
cutback,
cutback.
bro. That
Yeah.
perfect ball Neymar got just out in the open, and the pass was perfectly timed. The pass was perfectly weighted. That was like one of the most beautiful passes that I've seen. And my man didn't even look. That's all I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying.
yeah. Yeah,
He didn't
that's
even look.
very fine chemistry right there. I'm it sort of hurts me that Neymar couldn't have finished that. Neymar had a few good chances today which he couldn't
Yeah.
finish, but
Neymar did,
but
Mbappe did, and Moise Kean had one, I think.
yeah, Moise Kean had one which he's I think that was closer to the corner flag than it was to the goal. So he could have done better on that, to say the least. But yeah. I think those two were immense. I think their speed on the counter. Neymar's role was drop between the lines, and Mbappe makes those runs, and Neymar just
Hits the ball.
feeds him, yeah,
Yeah.
through the channel, and Mbappe runs onto it, and the likes of Boateng and all, they couldn't keep up with it.
By the way, I don't know why you'd play Boateng with the Mbappe on the pitch. Like, why, bro?
I mean,
Like,
they didn't have
why?
options, right? They didn't
They
have
didn't have
options with
options. Agreed.
Julia
But
out.
like, let's not talk about it like Boateng even had a chance, bro. Let's not. Not a single moment in this game did I think that Jerome Boateng is tearing down, right? Not a single moment. Every single time I was like, yeah, this guy is gone. Like, he's a has been. He was a good
Okay.
player back in the time, but it's time. You're getting old, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a tough time with Mbappe. And it's really not the game that he's good at. So I didn't think they played to Boateng's strengths, but they didn't have an option because they were behind at the game. I
And
wanted to before
Sula is
wait.
injured.
Yeah, Sula is injured, so they didn't have many options there either. Before we wrap up, though, I wanted to ask you about some post game Al Khalefi quotes, right? So he spoke about how Neymar is almost ready to sign a new contract,
Yeah,
which I
he
think
did.
is
He did.
true. Neymar is probably going to stay, and he said that something's in the works for Mbappe. But I checked out Instagram, and even Fabrizio, he was talking about how
Mbappe is
Mbappe is
leaving, right?
negotiating a contract till
Yeah.
2025, and
Yeah.
but nothing's been
Well,
decided yet, and
yeah.
stuff's in the open, and there's a chance he moves to Madrid. So what do you think? What do you think happens in the summer? Do you think he stays? Do you think he leaves?
Bro, first of all, you're completely right with the Neymar thing, right? I think Neymar's staying. I think he's here to stay. He's
Yeah,
packed his bags and they aren't going anywhere soon, right? Because,
yeah,
you know, he's getting it all. He's getting superstardom. He's getting money. He's in one of the top clubs in the world. He's also getting booed, which is the
that's
problem.
debatable. The top
Yeah,
clubs. That's debate.
yeah, but he's also getting booed. Not he isn't getting booed right now, but he has in the past. We Parisians as supporters, we're a bit, it's all about the tough love. So it is what it is. But you were right. People have the opinion of Neymar, the general opinion of Neymar has changed. Okay. I do believe that from a general negative opinion, we've gone to a neutral and now to a more positive opinion of this lad. Okay. Because we all see he's putting in his best. He knows he's putting in his best. I know he's putting in his best. You know he's putting in his best. And I can see the passion. I can clearly see the passion in him. And he's spoken on multiple occasions saying that I bleed blue, and yeah, I'm staying. So I have no doubt that Neymar would stay. I also don't see another team trying to buy Neymar because they would have to pay a lot of money, bro. That's all I'm saying. They would have to pay a lot of money, and I don't think anybody sees.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think
Yeah,
about the?
yeah. In a world with Erling Haaland, I do and Kylian Mbappe, I don't think Neymar is like the ideal transfer for you. But coming to the Mbappe situation, see, the problem is I am about 100% sure Haaland will be moving this season, and I think that's going to be a massive driving force to the Mbappe situation. I do not quite think Mbappe is going to be leaving this season. He may leave in the next season, and he's going to be leaving for free if that happens. So that's a very, very concerning factor. But I don't think he's leaving this season either or, right? I don't think anybody's gonna pay a fat price tag for him because if you're buying him from us, we're gonna charge you a lot of money for sure. So I don't see anybody paying a fat price tag for him when they can get him for free next season. So I think it's up to Khalifi to, broker a deal. And the thing is, Mbappe is a Paris guy, and he grew up really, really close to Parc des Princes. So, I would appeal to the childhood fan in him, the Paris fan in him, which he's and on multiple occasions he's come out and said that grew up a Paris fan. But the problem is he also has said on multiple occasions that he has been a full on Real Madrid and Cristiano Ronaldo fan. So that is a bit concerning. Do you think you'd shell out the money in this season just to get him to your team as soon as possible? Or do you think you'd probably wait for the off chance of him moving on a free next season?
Right. So here are my views on the situation. Right. Mbappe has on. Okay, he's a Paris boy, sure, and he was at Monaco before this. And when he made his transfer to Paris, I think he came and told the president of Monaco that he can always move to Real Madrid later, but he wants to make an impact in Paris first, just because he's
Yeah,
a Parisian.
yeah.
And we all understand that sentiment. My logic is that he's gone to Paris. He's done as much as he could have. He the only thing that's missing is probably the Champions League trophy, but he was the final, and that's pretty good. So he's done as much as he could have. Also, he idolizes Zidane. I think there was this one story where he's come to sort of check out the Real Madrid facilities, and Zidane picks
Uh-huh.
him up at the airport, and he asks Zidane before he gets into the car. He's like, "Do I need to take off my shoes before I get into your car?" And that story was just so cute, man. Like it sort of
Bro,
embodies his love
Kylian
for the
Mbappe
man, for the club.
is the cutest but most deadly striker in the world right now. That's what I think. Right?
Yeah. I agree. So I thought that story was very interesting, and it sort of embodies how much he wants to go to Real Madrid, and I think he does come at some stage. I think that if he does sign a contract, he leaves this season because PSG are not going to lose him on a free next season. It's just not going to happen. I also think that if PSG do decide to sell him this season for a reported fee of around 120, 130, which will probably be the case. It's probably not going to be 180, 200, just because he has the option to leave on a free next year, right? So
That's
that
the
reduced
problem, right?
price will, yeah. So Real Madrid will definitely be willing to pay that price because let's face it, Kylian Mbappe is generational.
Uh-huh.
He's better than all the youngsters we have right now, and it just makes sense. It just makes sense purely from a sporting standpoint, obviously. But if you look at the monetary impact that he has with the new stadium we have coming up, we have Kylian Mbappe sort of rolling out the carpet there and
Uh-huh.
in front of all the fans. It's just something out of a storybook, and
Guys, we
it's
have
something
Tridib's
out of
wet dream right
out
here.
of a fairy tale. I think it's something out of a fairy tale. Yeah, I got the saying wrong, but it's crazy, man. The monetary implications of that would definitely favor us more than sort of shelling out that initial 120, 130 million. Also,
Uh-huh.
another thing is that the Holland transfer probably doesn't happen this season just because his agent just recently went on record saying that he's probably going to stay at Dortmund because Dortmund president does not want him to leave, and he has a clause, and Haaland has a clause next year saying that they have to sell him for 75 million.
Uh-huh.
So that's something where I think it can definitely sort of go into it, given their healthy relationship with the Dortmund board, and
Acha.
also Yeah, and also the sporting standpoint as well, right? Haaland is insane, and teaming him up with Mbappe
Oh
at the
my
new
God, no, no, no,
Bernabeu
no.
will
Don't.
will
That,
yeah
bro,
will mean new
You put
superpowers.
Haaland and Mbappe on the same pitch, you get a black hole. That's what happens. So
Yeah,
there's too much
that's
of energy
it's
on
and
that
then
pitch, bro.
yeah, and then you have Benzema and potentially Eden Hazard or Vinicius over there. I don't think he starts for them, but it's nice to look at that future. It's a dream situation, right? And I don't think it's that much of an impossibility, especially given that Kylian Mbappe is fairly attainable this summer and Haaland is fairly attainable next summer. These two situations I think are independent of each other, and I think with the return of fans next season, hopefully Real Madrid might have the finances to sort of pull these two transfers off.
Yeah, bro, I have to agree with one thing, and that is that I don't see Kylian Mbappe being a Francesco Totti of PSG, right? I don't think he's gonna stay his entire career. I really, really don't, right? And I think he's gonna leave. And right now, the factor is when. And the problem is, if we do end up selling him for 120, 130, that would be a bad business deal, bro. Like we bought him for 180 plus added benefits, right? So it was almost, yeah, it was a lot of money, right? And making a say loss, if you can say call it a loss, then making a loss on Kylian Mbappe would be a really, really bad thing for PSG, right? But
I
it
mean,
is
you
what it
squeezed
is.
a lot of value out of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could argue about that. And you know what,
Yeah,
personally I think that if he can go get us that UCL this season, then then it's worth it, right? I don't mind selling him for 100 or a 120 or a 130, because lad, you're bleeding blue, you're a Parisian, I'm a Parisian, we both understand each other, and I also understand you need to move into, you have your own plans for your life, right? So you go do what you want, as long as you're helping fulfill my dreams. Right? Because you are a
yeah,
member of my team right now. So it is what it is.
yeah.
Well, bro, another good news is that Kimpembe has come out and said that he bleeds blue and red, and he's gonna stay here for as long as he wants to, possibly forever, if he can. That's his quote.
Okay, that's
So
good
what?
news. That's good
That's
news.
good. That's
He's
amazing.
growing into a solid player, and that's good news for every
Massive
PSG
player.
fan there. All right, let's sort of wrap it up here. I think we've discussed a lot.
Yeah,
We've
we've
gone into a lot of detail
gone
regarding
on
the
and
match,
on.
regarding the transfer market. Do you have any last words to say before we?
Kisi se peri, we bleed blue and red, bro. Yes, and Idrissa Gana ke, Neymar, Julian Draxler, Angel Di Maria, Kylian Mbappe, Leon Paredes, Diallo, Dagba, Danilo Pereira, Kimpembe, and Nawaz. Thank you, because this is a milestone, guys. This is a milestone. Trust me. Last year we couldn't do it. We showed them this year. That's all I want to say. Mic drop.
All right, that was a very long-winded reply, but thanks nevertheless. Thank you so much, guys, for listening into our podcast. We appreciate the love so much. Without you guys, we wouldn't be motivated to push out this content regularly, and it's great that you guys are supporting us all the way. Please keep supporting us. Please keep watching our content. We have a lot of new things in the pipeline that I'm sure you're all very excited to see. So if you haven't liked or subscribed to our videos yet, please do that. And I'm excited to sort of bring you the stuff we have in the works.
Yep.
So
If you haven't understood from our passion yet, we have some big plans from this podcast. And you know how we get there? It's because of you. So you all do your part. Come on, support us. We need your support. And if you like it, please do like, please do subscribe, and please leave a comment saying, guys, I loved it. It doesn't hurt you, sorry, but we love it, right? So that's what you gotta do. That's your job, right?
So that's it from us, guys. This was our third episode doing the post match preview, and it was in fact our first post match preview. So it's been fun. We hope to see you guys back for the next one. With that, Sons of Pitches out.
Out. Bye bye.